In GCP, last class we discussed we can create our virtual machine in the Google Cloud with the help of template that is known as instance template. So whenever we create instance template, that template contains some basic information like your machine types and operating system type, disk, and everything. And on the top of this, from this instance group, we can create the virtual machine 1, or again create the virtual machine 2, again create the virtual machine 3. Okay, so these virtual machines are independently created and are used by the developer. That's nice. So now today we are going to talk about the instance group. So instance group going to using the same this instance template, but provide the more additional feature. Like here, you want to create 3 virtual machine. So you are going to manually create 3 virtual machine on the help of template. Go to the template, create hey new virtual machine. Are going to the create new virtual machine and say hey this is a virtual machine. Can you create from the this template? That's nice. But let's see you are going to create the 100 virtual machine. So it is a not a some tedious task. So how I am going to create the bunch of virtual machine? If let's you created the 100 virtual machine, okay, virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2, virtual machine 3, right now virtual machine you have created, okay. So these virtual machines you created, so other responsibility now come on our soldier, like we have to manage this properly. If any instance is down, we're going to up them, so properly managements of this is also needed. So all this situation, we can take the benefit of your instance group. The instance group heavily you can say used in the Google Cloud to creating the bunch of virtual machine. And why need a bunch of virtual machine? Because we want our application should be scaled. So horizontal scaling, you require the multiple virtual machine. So many places you can say almost the Google Cloud services, maybe serverless services or you manage services or Kubernetes, internally they are using the instance group. Okay, uh, and and all the serverless services generally that required to run your services required where virtual machine. These concepts are internally lots of serverless services are using this, but we're not going to deep dive, but just let's understand this instance group first. Okay, so instance group is a collections of virtual machine. Okay, so whenever your requirement, I am going to start collections of virtual machine that as can be managed as a single entity. So these virtual machines, I'm not going to, let's say I'm going to create 10 virtual machines. So I'm not going to create manually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 virtual machines. I have somehow only one kind of entity. I say, let's create a 10 virtual machine. Okay. And they will create for us. So that kind of things where you need bunch of merchants, 1,000, 100, want to create a virtual machine as a one click, as a one entry. Somehow we create one configuration file and we are say, hey, I want to 10, 100 identical virtual machine, and that virtual machine have a configuration like this. This is operating system, memory, CPU, and everything. And somehow tell, hey, I need a 10 instances of such configuration so that our Google Cloud can create a 10 instances or 100 instances for us. Okay. And so here, instance group provide a way to manage a group of identical VMs and making it easier to scale, maintain, and monitor your application. So generally, we are deploying applications So by default nowadays, customer want our applications should be scalable. What do you mean scalable means if my application is deployed on the cloud, any number of customer traffic come here, any number of traffic come, our application must be responsible. So might be one virtual machine, one server is not sufficient to solve the millions of requests. So somehow you need a list of virtual machine, multiple virtual machine, so that they can take care. So instance group help those scenario. You can create the bunch of virtual machines, and apart from that, they are saying they provide the facility how to scale your application, maintain your application, and monitor your application. Let's see 100 of virtual machines you created. Okay, each virtual machines are running. Okay, if someone virtual machine fail or some very low latency, not responsive, so who is going to manage? So instance group also provide a facility you can manage them. Okay. So instance groups, you can say, make developer life is more easier if you want to deploy your application on a Google Clouds, and you want to your application must be scalable, maintainable. So here instance group is a good choice for us. So these are some basic concept we should aware. Okay, so as mentioned, instance group, a group of VM that can be managed together. So together means as a single entity, as a single configuration files, I have to manage everything. Okay, the instance group is the one kind of a configuration where I tell, hey, I have 1 to 50 virtual machine with this configuration. This is my template file. Just so Ajay, we require the instrument because whenever you are going to create virtual machine, somehow we have to tell, hey, the virtual machine, I need a Linux box with X operating systems, this type A, this is the kind of configuration. So whatever the configurations where you can define, we have to define inside the instance template. The first we have to create the template that define the configurations of our VM, including machine type, boot type, network setting, everything. And after that, instance you can say virtual machine. The single VM is a part of instance group. And here the group size, sometime you want to change the number of instances, you can do. The instance group allow you can resize or you can increase or decrease the number of your virtual machines which you want to. Okay, so let's talk about types of, yes. So instance group are majorly two types. Okay, the types of instance group you can categorize: managed instance group, MIG, or unmanaged instance. Managed instance groups are the group where you are going to create identical virtual machines. Okay, so there are instances where you are going to create multiple virtual machines with additional feature like automatic scaling, rolling update, health checking, and other benefits. So whenever you create bunch of virtual machine, you want to manageable, scalable. Everything is taken care by managed instance group. That means a Google Cloud provide all the management for you. Whatever the identical VMs you have created for the management of scaling, rolling update, health check, another parameter is taken care by the Google Cloud itself. Sometime you want to the group of VM, but you don't manage by the Google Cloud. We manage itself. So in this scenario, you can say manage. Instead of manage, you can go unmanaged instance. So these are instance group where you manage the individual instances manually. So here Google Cloud offer the both options. Let them Google Cloud offer your groups of VM, all the management part, scaling, monitoring, updating, or you want to know, I want to my own control. You, each virtual machine can be different configuration, different OS, different manually I want to scale, manually I want to manage. So there are some applications where you might be need to you can say customer a client control manage VM. So in this scenario, you can go unmanaged VM, right? So let's talk little bit about the managed instance group. Because managed instance groups are heavily used in the Google Cloud. In a later part, we will talk about the Kubernetes, also internally used to launching all the container-based application with help of managed instance group itself. Okay, so managed instance group have a lots of feature. We're going to talk maybe some more classes, but sure, let's talk little bit. So you can say managed instance group are sometimes a MIG. Just lets you operate. You want to create. You want to manage multiple groups of identical VM. So whenever you want to same kind of configuration, let's say I want to 100 Linux virtual machine for X amount of hard disk. This is case where manage instance will help us. Okay, but sometimes you want to know one Windows operating system, Linux operating system, some different configuration. So manage instance group is not that scenario. You can go with the unmanaged instance. Okay, so here you can make a workload that's very highly scalable and available application. So manage instance group, why need you want to take your application highly available and highly scalable. So if your such designs, your such requirement, you want our applications to be highly available and highly scalable, in those scenario, you can say MIG manage instance group take the advantage of automate those services with the help of manage instance group. Manage instance groups provide these capability like your all NFR like auto scaling. That means your application going to scale up or down. Scale up means you are going to add more virtual machines, more server in the backend side, or you want to sometime there is no more traffic on your machines, you want to reduce, you can get auto healing automatically going to check your each application health, your application is properly responding, latency is proper or not. And these managed instances can be regional or multi-zonal deployments. And automatic updating means your software versions are running and you want to modify the newer version, it's offer you can rolling update. Okay, and the scenario where managed instance groups are typically very fit, you can say. So first, serverless servicing workload, such as any website or front-end applications. The most properly where you want to more virtual machine, and maybe sometime you want to stateless batch processing, high performance application, high throughput workload side like a image processing something, where also we need a group of machines, and that can be scenario where managed instance groups are useful. Maybe manage instance groups not only for stateless. This is even good for your stateful applications such as a database or any legacy applications or long running batch computation, everything. So you can say manage instance group can fit for both scenarios, stateless application or stateful application. Okay, but they are providing the servers on demand of your application. Let's say you want to high computation, long running jobs. You need a specific scenario machine you can create. So these are the basic benefit you can say. But if we visit the official documents, They have properly mentioned MIG instance group scenario and the benefits, but we as a initial thoughts, you can at least we have to aware MIG groups. Basically, whenever you are going to decide, I am going to deploy my application on the Google clouds, and this my application should be highly available. So one of the good choice, if you are going to deploy your machine on the virtual machines or your own server, directly virtual machine, so that would be highly available. In this scenario, MIG manage instance groups help us. So even you want to applications should be high scalable, automatic update, support for stateful workload, and even you want to create the GPU virtual machines where you need to very high specialized kind of graphics processing units or memory, RAMs, everything. So here, in the case of highly available, so you can say how our system would be highly available. That means uh, our customer can call my applications. Our application must be responsive every time. There is a no if this my servers are responding. If server crash or server down or some restart happen during that time, if any requests come here, our application still must be responsive. How it possible? If this server is crashed or down, that means our application is not available for the particular period of times when customer trying to access. This is possible with a managed instance group. Managed instance group say no problem. I have a already another server to serve the request. I have another server already request the serve. So they can provide the different server available, and this availability can be automatically repair the fail node. And this is also facility here. Manage instance group are going to monitor each your servers, whatever the servers running for your application. If any servers are failed some problem, they are automatically repair, start them, restart them. And even application based auto healing, sometime your application logic business, hey, my latency or health check or response of application such level, you can just consider this virtual machine is not more efficient, let's repair them, let's add more server. And these groups of virtual machines can be regional or the multi-zonal. Maybe if our server is near to the customer, that means our application is low latency, so our application is more responsive, quickly responds. And whenever you are going to work on the group of machine, so the problem is that the customer are going to call which server? They are going to call accessing this server or this server, and how customer knows each and everything your virtual server name. So due to that, they have a concept of load balancing. By default, manage instance groups. Hey, don't worry. Customers always going to access my application from the one public load balancer IP, and our load balancer know, hey, these are my groups of virtual machine, and load balancing distribute our traffic, user traffic to the respective server or respective services. So these are the benefits about your application: highly scalable, scalability, automatic updates. Automatic updates, like, hey, I want to update my operating systems or some software. Don't worry, automatic system is maintained. You want to upgrade a software, automatically happen. Even your application may be stateful or stateless, don't worry, they offer such facility. Even you want to kind of very specialized image processing or where lots of your CPU computation required, such kind of machines also manage instance group support. So you can say lots of benefit. You can say nowadays whatever the application we are going to deploy, all these are the kind of non-functional requirement, like your system should be highly available, your system should be scalable, system should be support fault tolerant. These things automatically taken care by your Google cloud provider itself. So just tell, hey, I want to Google cloud manage all my instances. So this is managed from the manage instance group. and these are the, you can say, high level overview. So all the feature whatever we talk, like level, high availability, scalability, and safe update, right? So here our how our managers, this is the groups of identical VMs are deployed, lots of virtual machine managed instance group here. Here application, each application can be stateless application, can be batch processing, can be stateful application, any kind of application managed instance group can be help here. And highly available, how to ensure that? With the help of feature auto healing, and with the help of multi-regional deployments, load balancing, and auto scaling and auto update. These are the key features. Auto update, that means any application or any operating system, any configuration you want, just tell, hey, every server going to update. Auto scaling, that means initially you say ki, I need 10 VM, yeah, 100 VM, yeah, 1000 VM. Maybe depend upon your user traffic increase, our manage instance group adding more and more and more servers. You can just configure the, hey, what the number of instances you want to add. If your traffic is application traffic is going to reduce, then again maybe going to remove some virtual servers from your managed instance. So these are the very key feature. Auto healing, automatically, auto healing means your automatically we are going, hey, this application is very responsive or not. Let's see, these virtual machines or this server are going to respond very slow. So you can say, hey, if particular VM responses or CPU load going to this percentage, hey, I want to increase or decrease. I want to repair them. I want to replace this VM. Okay, so everything's taken care by your Google Cloud itself. So you can say here, if you're looking, almost these requirement of every application that's are going for any good kind of applications. So these are all the non-functional requirement of your application is taken care by the Google Cloud itself. And in the case of unmanaged group, whatever we discuss here, highly availability, scalability, auto healing, load balancing, everything. Now here in the managed instance group, our Google Cloud, our GCP Google Cloud is responsible to manage every non-functional requirement, whatever listed here: auto healing, multi-zonal deployment, load balancing, auto scaling, auto repairing. But in the case of your unmanaged instance group, no. Now unmanaged instance group, your responsibility. So unmanaged instance groups contain the heterogeneous instance. By the way, means might be one virtual machine is Linux based, one is Linux based with a high CPU, one may be with a different configuration. Means each virtual machine is a different configuration. But in the case of managed instance group, every virtual machine with the same configuration. Okay, and you can arbitrarily add or remove from the group anyone. Unmanaged instance group do not fit, do not offer, you can say. Notice auto scaling, auto healing, rolling update, multi-zone support. So these are feature which our Google Cloud automatically offer in the case of managed instance group, but here in the case of unmanaged, they are not offering service. So use the instance template and do not fit for the deploying and highly available and scalable workload. So these are things, highly scalable, auto healing, these things we have to take care of. So unmanaged instance group, you really need to apply load balancing, a group of heterogeneous, you need to manage yourself. In this scenario, this is your responsibility. You have to apply load balancer, you have to configure them, you have to decide how much number of load, with when you are going to add more server, when you are going to remove more server, how you are going to health check. So this is every responsibility of yourself. You have to manage. Google provide all the infrastructure for you, but you configure them you manage them. So generally, good options in major application you can say is very sufficient. We can go with a managed instance group. Managed instance groups are heavily used in the Google Cloud by the multiple serverless technology like Cloud Run, Cloud Function, and all the things. Okay, but some application, some business where the identical VMs are not our requirement. Okay, so in those scenario, unmanaged instance group help us, right? So let's give the brief demo how we can create them. Okay, okay. So here, so I have a already in the board, and in this board just go to your virtual machine, and in this so notice here we have a couple of options available. So you go down, there is a option here, instance template, and this is your instance group. So this is the instance group where we can create instance group. Okay, so notice here instance group, as mentioned, instance group let you organize your VM or instances, use them load balancing and backend services. You can group existing instances or create a group of VM and more. So you can say whatever discuss, these are the options where you can create the instance group. So let's understand what the steps would be. Let's say I want to create the instance group. The first instance group, let's say you want to create the one instance group that can manage 10 virtual machines. Okay, and that can be scale up to 100 virtual machines depend upon the our application load, right? So in this scenario, and this 10 machine, what the configuration is, this 10 machines what the configuration should be. Okay, so all these 10 machines, because manage instance group create the list of groups of VM that are the same configuration. The same configuration we are going to define as a instance template. The instance template where I can define all my configurations, and then we are going to create, hey, this is the manage instance group where I am tell I need 10 virtual machines, and that can be scaled up to 100 depend upon your maybe CPU utilizations or latency or any configuration you want. Okay, so here the steps we have to first configure our machine configuration, server configuration, then create our manage instance group. So before you are going to create the manage instance group, first we have to go create your server configurations. Server configuration is your operating system name, disk name, boot is networking, everything, and this is known as a instance template. The first we are going to create one instance template, and then we are going to create a manage instance group. Manage instance group, we are going to say, hey, this is my template manage instance, please use this template and create 10 virtual machine for me, and that can be scaled up to 100 or 1000. Everything you can configure here. So let's create our instance template. Here notice currently, if you know, here there is a no virtual machine created, no any virtual machine. I am going to create first instance template. Instance template, last class we discussed, just go and create here and give the instance template one. Okay, any instance template, and again just everything as discussed we have to where is the something wrong, click. go instance template, create instance template, put your instance template name. Let's key uh, instance template first. Okay, for MIG manage instance group. Okay, and this is the your regional or global, and here machine type, whatever the machine type you want, select them. And machine type can be, you can select any minor mesh here. Let's go with the simple, and your virtual machine can be standard, it's okay for me. And operating system can, you can decide Linux based. If you want to change some different operating system, you can just go different operating system, CentOS or Fedora or OpenSUSE or Red Hat, whatever you want. And this is again boot disk, your what kind of boot disk types you can, persistent disk, SSD disk, standard disk you can take, and your size of disk you want, and just add them. I'm go with the default, and service account with the default. And you want to allow HTTP, HTTPS, you want to allow them. And just, so this is the simple way, whatever the configuration you want to give here, give this, and just say, hey, create. So this is the way you can create your instance group. So once instance group created, and then we can go to create our manage instance group. Because manage instance group, we require the your server configuration. Okay, so this is done. Now we can go over your instance template. Now go to the here create instance template, and notice here, let's this is the manage instance, manage instance group, that's one. And this is again here you can say our instance template, select which created, this is we created instance template, whatever the E2 micro, your Linux bus machines, the zone, and instance family you can select, you want to location here, single zone, multi zone, whatever you want. If multi zone, you can select multiple zone, but they support both. And here auto scaling. Okay, so auto scaling automatically going to add, and this is the key feature we have to note. So this is the auto scaling, that means automatic, they are going to maybe add plus the resources, maybe remove the resources. So here not only adding more server horizontally scaling, even they want to remove some, they can remove the. So auto scaling, that means both can happen, they are going to add more server, more server. If no needed, they can remove server, remove server. So depend, question is that how they are going to add or remove. We have to tell the criteria. Okay. So what the criteria? So here we have the auto scaling mode. How our Google going to manage them? Okay. So notice here, these are the option: scale, out, only add, or add and remove both, or just do not auto scale. So we have both options. You don't want to auto scale, or you want to auto scale only adding more instances, but generally prefer add and remove both, because sometimes you don't need unnecessary why you are occupy the virtual machines, right? And here we have to give the number of minimum, means whenever you're going to create the manage instance group, what number of instances minimum should be and maximum should be. So here say minimum, let's say I say minimum 3. So at least whenever this instance group going to start, 3 VMs are created. Maximum 10 means they can go up to 10. Okay. And here auto scaling, what the signal on which parameter. Let's say initially they are started with the 3, means whenever I create this manager, 3 virtual machines are server are created, but they can move, go up to the 10, go to the 10, but on which criteria. So here say if CPU utilizations are going to the 60%, let's see here, monitor this in 3 virtual machine, any CPU utilization going to the more than 60%, they are going to add more server, they are going to add more server. Okay, so this the here you are also we have a couple of options. You want to give the different kind of signal types. You can CPU utilization or maybe HTTP load utilization or some Git pops up monitoring options. So multiple actions you can configure. And here you want to 60%. No, I want to 80%. I want to 50%. I want whatever the percentage you want. You can give them here. Okay? There even you want to add multiple option here, multiple signal type you can give here right now. So let's go with the default. Okay, and here you also option auto scaling scheduling. You want to go with the scheduling, add scheduler here, and this the initial period. So here initial period also specify hey 60 second or minute, whatever initial period you can also specify here. So this is the initial period, what how much time it will take for your application to initialize from the boot until it's going to date. Okay, these are times. And scale in control, all these parameter you can specify. VM life cycle here, action in the case of failure, repair instance or upgrade. And here also have an option to health check. You can also apply, hey, I am going to add health check. Health check means our applications are continuous monitoring by the particular port, particular application. So here you can create a health check and configure health check as well as. Okay, and here you can also go, you want to create some health check and go to the create health check. Let's see, HTTP health check, whatever the application is depend upon your health check. HTTP health check. Okay, you can specify here is global or region TCP and this port, whatever the port you want, and just create your and health check criteria. Here also mention your criteria like check interval 5 second, 5 turn number of 5, what is the threshold, what the criteria you can specify here, and you can just create your uh, auto. So on this base your application status going to the monitor. Okay, and even what are the initial delay you can specify, the another parameter. And finally lots of options we have. I can you can add port or some advanced configurations, but these are the at least basics. You say hey, this is my server configuration and this is my minimum number of instance I want, maximum would be, and that's sufficient for you. Okay, and other parameter you want to keep, that's okay. Or you want to no health check, then no health check, whatever you want. So here each once you done everything, now we have option here create whatever the parameter we can here support. So notice here you manage instance group, you can create as a stateless or a stateful or unmanaged group. So these all three options available. You have to also be clear. Okay, what the things you are going to, you are going to the create a manage instance group for a stateless application, or manage instance group for a stateful application, or you want to create unmanaged group. So while creating instance group, these are the options you have. So you have to be carefully decide, okay, I'm going to create instance template for which kind of application, stateless, stateful, or unmanaged. Okay, so let's everything is done. Let's we can create our. So here our minimum number 3. So whenever I'm going to the create, okay. So be carefully. The first we create the instance template. So whenever you create instance template, okay. So while creating instance template, just instance templates are created with your server configuration. While creation of instance templates, there is no virtual machine going to the create. Once this is just configuration created, and the once created, then you are going to okay, hey, create the virtual machine. Then the VMs are created as per the configuration. You can say another create another VM, then another VMs are created. But in the case of instance group, once you are going to the create instance group, the same times whatever the minimum number of virtual machines here, okay, these servers are going to automatically launch. Okay, So let's go into the create. Yeah. So it will take little bit time because here they are going to use your machine configuration template engine, and according to the template engine they are going to the create virtual machines, and whatever the minimum number of instances you want to manage, they're going to the create. So it will take little bit times, and then it will going to the create. And you can also check the progress, what is happening. Yeah, so it's quick. So notice here they are creating your the manage instance. So so these are so here your name of manage instance group, the instances 3 0 to 3, and template, this template they are going to use. Types is the manage instance group, and the other parameter and the zone, and the auto scaling on the basis of this parameter. Okay, so here notice this is the happening. Your 3 instances started, auto healing started, and your types of manage instance group. Okay, so let check our instance. Let's go and check. Click here. So notice all this configuration, whatever given here, this is our template, which template they are used, and these are the our VM instances. Notice they are created 3 VM instances for me by template. Okay, these are the IP everything are there. So notice once you created instance group, automatically the minimum number of instances created. And if you want to go to the here virtual machine, even here you can check, hey, these 3 virtual machines are created for you, and these virtual machines are managed by your instance group. So here you cannot do any, let's say I want to delete this virtual machine. So here you have lots of options you given right now. So here these are virtual machines are managed by your this. So be carefully, you have to ensure that these VMs are used by the manage instance group. Here the mention also, if you go to the details you can find, but what these VM going manage, good option, go to the your manage instance group, and manage instance group tell us, hey, this, just click here that they have also tell the names. Okay, this is the instance template, and these are the automatically choose this everything's here answer. This is your networking detail, boost details, and all the parameters whatever you configure they are here. Okay, so what we did, we first created the our you want to create the instance group. So first we are going to the create one instance template. So instance template just configuration for your servers, but you created, but not VMs are not created, virtual servers are not created. Okay, but notice this instance templates are used by your man. But this instance template you can also use to create separate machine. Here you want to create more machine, you can go and create virtual machine. But notice this action you cannot delete because this is the used by the uh, same our manage instance group. Okay. So these are the everything done. Your VM created done. Okay. These are the 3 VMs. So let's say you want to maybe reduce or change the configuration. So notice the instance template we created, generally these are the immutable resources. We cannot remove them, you cannot edit them. You can notice here, you click, there is no more option to edit anything. But in the case of instance group, we have an option, instance group. Here you can click and you can want to edit the option. So here edit, you can change the configuration. Let's see, initially we started at 3 VM. I want to know, I want to start with the minimum should be the 5 and maximum should be the let's say 20. So here this configuration you can change. Okay, so here 5 to tell 20 VMs is the range, and any utilization you want to change, you can change. No, I want to 80% our CPU utilization, then his scaling happen, right? So these information just you can change them, edit them. You want to every other parameter you can change. So here you can say instance group are editable. So now initially the 3 VM, whenever I'm change, whenever I'm save this, they are going to create 5 instances up to. So let's save them, and once you save, minimum instances they are going to the maintain for your group is the 5. So if you go to the virtual machines, they are going to create more server for you. Just refresh them, and initially these 3, and they are, once the successful updation done, you will notice they are going to add more servers. Notice they are going to add 2 more servers. Okay, if you want to decrease them, they are automatically going to remove them and reduce them. And whenever you're going to create, these are the groups of identical VMs are created. You want to just delete them, then every VMs are going to delete it. So everything is managed by your instance group level. One entity. Here I want to create a 5 virtual machine. You are not going to create one by one. Just mention in our configuration file. You want to remove everything and go our instance group. Hey, I want to reduce them. Instance, instead of 5, I want to go for just 2. You can edit them, and you can maintain 2. Now they are going to go with the edit. Minimum number of size should be 2. Save, and they are going to update our instance groups. It will take little bit times. Now initially 5 VMs, now they are going to reduce. Okay? So here we have instances. So now these VMs are 2 are removed, reduced. They are going to the cleanup. They are going to the cleanup, make only 2. So might be they are going to the take little bit times to, but it will do automatically for us. Little bit take time. Hmm, Instance group. Yes, it is instance 2. It's done. If you check here, it will represent this is the 2 instances. Similarly, this will also make page refresh problem. No, they are showing 3. Yeah, now it's only to the 2B. Okay, in this way we can manage. And just you want to clean up everything, just delete the instance group, and all the VMs are going to the clean. So you can say group of servers you want to manage, create, update, delete everything that will help us by the instance group. Just go here, and if my work is done, I am go select here and say, hey, I want to delete them. Okay. So before deleting, we have other feature. If you go here, and lots of other features they have, like update VM or replace. These are the options you can also explore. You want to update your VMs or update your replace or restart VM. This feature also we have option, right? So let's go and delete this. Delete that. So once you delete it, it is going to delete it, manage instance group, and at the same time your resources like servers also going to the removed. Deleting will take little bit times. Okay. And here this VM also going to somehow removed. They are going to the cleanup. Still deleting is going on. And once this delete, you can also want to maybe clean up your instance group. You can also clean up them until the this template are used by the manage instance group. You cannot delete them. Once manage group deleted, after that you can delete your instance template. Let's check instance groups are deleted. Still taking some time, but it will delete. Okay. Still going on. Let's refresh it. Yes, known instance group, and here check the VM instances here, no VM instances, and now you can go and you want to delete this instance template, just here click and you can just delete them. Delete them. Okay. So this is the way manage instance group. So first you want to create the instance template, then we can go create your instance group. So that is from demo, and whatever the things about we discuss manage instance group, everything you can go here and the official document about the manage instance group, and everything about the whatever that we discuss here, everything here I have, and you can check out and read. This is a good automatic the one video available in the official document, how the compute engine and VM instance are created. That's very good explanation, and everything you can find here the more details. Okay? So this is the about manage instance group. Hope this information is give you a little bit idea how these manage instance group work. So very simple way, whenever you want to create the manage instance group, why need? Because I need my application would be scalable, highly available. So that means you need a multiple servers that can serve my application. Okay, that can serve my application. So if you want to your application should be highly available, H application, scalability, so these things automatic taken care by your manage instance group. So how to create a manage instance group? First you have to create the instance template. Instance template means your OS machine configuration, what kind of machine you want, what the configuration. Once done, then you can create the manage instance group. While creating manage instance group, tell hey, this is the my template, use this template and create the minimum 10 machine and maximum go to the thousands. 10 machines are going to created in the cloud, and if you want to, they are automatically these feature highly available, scalability and other auto healing and failover scenario, everything load balancing, everything taken care by the Google, because we are using the manage instance group. Okay, so these are the steps, and hope this information is helpful for you. Thank you.